It's time for Maggie and the Moms, where we celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting. Joining us today is Jackie Zumba. She has a daughter, Ansley, who's 7, and she's also an entrepreneur, the owner of Jackie Z Style Co., a gorgeous boutique in St. Petersburg. Kiva Williams is here as well. She's got 3 kiddos, and she is the fun foodie mama on Instagram. We love to follow her, and we always get hungry seeing her posts. Laura Byrne has 2 boys. She is the editor of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. This is the June issue out now. Ladies, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to start today with a push to find a better way to talk to pregnant women. There is a social network for mothers. It's called Peanut, and they kept hearing from women who felt frustrated and hurt by the terms that their own doctors were using when talking to them about pregnancy and conception. So they convened a panel, including obstetricians, psychologists, and they came up with some new terms to replace the outdated ones. We want to show you a couple of examples. So they suggest that instead of saying hostile uterus, say uterine lining implantation struggles. Instead of incompetent cervix, change it to early cervical dilation. Instead of habitual aborter, let's use recurrent miscarriage. Instead of geriatric pregnancy, 35-plus pregnancy sounds better. Those are just a couple of examples. Curious to know your opinion. Do you think this is a necessary thing, or let's worry about more important things? What do you think, Jackie?
I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's welcomed. I mean, when I used to hear geriatric pregnancy, it would really scare me. You know, I'm 34 years old now, and it was always something in the back of my head. So with that new wording, it actually does make me feel a lot more comfortable if I did want to think about it or planning it. But to me, doesn't geriatric sound a little bit scary? Like, gosh, what kind of risk am I getting involved with that? So I do like the new wording a lot.
What do you think, Kiva?
I'm very happy about this because I actually had my last child at 38. So I was a geriatric pregnancy, and the way they treated me was kind of like, I was a little bit offended at first, because when she told me that, you know, I was having a geriatric pregnancy, I was like, okay, like I thought she was joking, but no, I looked it up and I'm like, I'm 38, right? I'm like, okay. Yeah, so they treat you like you're 85, but yeah, exactly.
And then they place so much stress on you because they make you feel like, I shouldn't be having a baby. This is wrong somehow, right?
I mean, I was a geriatric pregnant mama, but I think another term that I felt was used more often during my pregnancy was not so much geriatric, but advanced maternal age.
Oh, yes.
So, but you know, I was maybe advanced, like, you know, okay, so maybe not. But, so I kind of felt like that was more appropriate than geriatric, but even on paperwork, it was still there. And even with our insurance company, it was still there. So, yeah, you know, I think we've learned, especially after this year, that words matter, but it just all kind of depends on how you take it.
Agreed.
And, you know, who the person is.
Words matter, and you have to remember, and I'm sure it's hard for doctors because they see so many patients every day and this is their job. You have to remember that's a human being. When I was pregnant, my first pregnancy, I was at the end of my first trimester, and I go for my ultrasound, and the doctor comes in and is doing the ultrasound. By this point, we had heard the heartbeat, we had seen the baby, and it's just silence. I'm like, what's going on? So he steps outside, he brings in another doctor. They're not talking to me, they're just doing this. They bring in another doctor, a woman. She does the ultrasound, and just talking to themselves, not even looking at me, the woman says, this is not a viable pregnancy. And I'm like, hello, I'm a human, what's happening with my pregnancy? And so it's not, I don't like the word, it's a viable pregnancy. I still, it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
But at least if you're going to use a term like that, talk to the patient. Say, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Something has gone wrong. Remember, you know.
Be a human, have compassion. Like this is a person they're taught. They need, you know, really good bedside manner.
And this is a push in that direction, so go for it.
Keeping that in mind when doctor shopping, as you're trying to find the right physician for you.
Bedside manner.
Bedside manner may be something that's more important.
All right, it is time to spin the wheel. Let's see what topics come up today. This is our first spin. And today, our first topic is Mom's embarrassing. Yes, she is. How so, Laura? How are you embarrassing?
You know, my kids are still on the young side at 5 and 8. I don't think I embarrass them yet. I'm sure that there are things that I do, like if I'm hugging my older son around his friends, but they haven't expressed that yet, but I am sure it is coming.
Oh, lucky you.
Right?
Kiva, have you embarrassed yours?
My kids hate when I dance. I love to dance. I love to hear music and, you know, pump up the volume, and then they're like, "Mom, stop, stop." They like really get upset with me.
I think you should do it more.
Right, of course, I will.
Get used to it. What about you, Jackie?
So really funny, actually, I asked Ansley about it because I was kind of curious. I really didn't know. And she was like, I got to tell you, Mom, every time at Jackie's, you have to introduce me to the customer. She's like, it's so embarrassing. She's like, I want to hide him in the back. She's like, let me just help them myself. I don't need an introduction. I was like, okay then, sassy pants.
Is she 7?
No introduction. She's 7.
Oh, okay.
Going on
She's
17.
7, I was going to say,
Right.
7 going on
Right,
17.
7 going on 17.
Well, I inadvertently embarrassed one of my kids. I posted a photo on my personal social media that I thought was adorable, and then my son gave me an explanation for why he was mortified that I posted it.
Yeah.
So it was really a teachable moment. I don't post any photos of them anymore unless they're on board with it, because
That's a
it's
good
something that
idea.
we may not think about.
Right,
Yeah.
and that reminds me, I do take a lot of pictures of my kids, which they hate, so maybe that's something that they consider embarrassing. But that is a good question,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's a good thing to
that
keep
we
in
do
mind.
Kind of give
Did
that
you take it down?
consideration.
I didn't.
Oh.
Kiva, good point. You know, I'm so bad at the Instagram thing. I didn't realize you can edit a post and take down one photo.
you can
All right,
delete it,
I'm on
yeah.
it. I'm on it. It's an old one, but I'm still going to do it. Good point.
Okay,
All right, spin number 2 is at what age? All right, so tell me, at what age do you think it's appropriate to do the following? Let's start with you, Laura. Let your kids color their hair if they want to.
I think I probably first got highlights at around 11 or 12 because I had a mistake with sun-in. But I guess
We
it's
all
kind
have.
of right when when the child is ready, and maybe when the parent's ready too. It's kind of maybe parent dependent.
All right.
I don't know.
Kiva, your thoughts?
Well, my kids go to school and they have these theme days, and one of them is like crazy hair day or something. So my boys, they've, sprayed their hair blue and stuff like that. A lot of their friends, of course, when kids go to school, they're like, oh, my friend did it, so can I? And it's harmless. It's the ones that you can wash out. So I think it was around 1st or 2nd grade, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's funny, me and my husband have this talk a lot because my daughter is wants everything now.
Like we said, 7 going on
know.
17.
So we agreed the hair chalk is fine, which is washable.
Okay,
She can
yeah.
do it not during school time, but like right now, summer, if she
Yeah.
wants to do hair chalk, fine. Actual hair coloring, I'm pretty strong on that because I got it done young and it really did fry my hair a little bit. So I really want her to wait for actual color at least 16, I would think. Unless she really pushes me, I don't know. She's only 7 now, but I'm going to try and hold out till 16.
I'm okay with the ones that come off. If they
Yeah.
want to do it,
Yeah.
spray their hair, I don't have a problem with that. My theory on the other one, the one that you go to the stylist and get
Right.
done professionally, I think my daughter needs to do it when I did it, which is when I could afford it.
True.
Good
That's a
point.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Those are
You have
expensive.
to earn it. If I'm giving you everything now, what do you have to look forward to? What are you
Exactly.
working towards if mom and dad are giving you everything?
job,
So
Mom.
that's my take on that. All right, we have time, luckily, for our summer fun ideas, which we do every Monday. So we like to suggest activities or things to try with your kids so that you don't run out of ideas. Laura, what's yours?
Water parks, Adventure Island, Blizzard Beach at Disney, if you're heading there, and get the annual pass or consider it because thunderstorms in the summer, you never know. And you
Oh,
just
good
don't wanna-
point.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, that's a
Repeat
very good
visits are
point.
nice.
And so your new Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine cover that's coming out in July was shot at the water park and
It
features
was,
our
and
very own
featuring
Kiva.
a certain somebody and her family.
So
Can't wait to show
we'll
everyone.
definitely look for
Yes,
that.
yes.
Kiva, what's your idea for summer fun?
I think the library is good. It's free, and any age. My 3-year-old daughter has a library card, so you can go get DVDs. You can even check out electronics.
Yeah.
A GoPro, a camera. They let you check it out for a couple weeks and have fun.
And they host workshops.
Yes.
I mean, the
Yeah.
library offers so much more than just books. It's not the
Exactly.
library from when we were kids.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. Jackie, what do you like to do in the summer?
Just getting outdoors, period.
Yes.
I mean, between hiking, bike riding, walking. This was in Sedona recently.
Wow.
We love
Nice.
traveling, but even if you can't travel, just Florida's amazing. There's so many different things and trails and places you can go and things you can do just to get the fresh air and that sunlight. You feel good.
That's so true.
That's our number one favorite thing to do as well, is get outdoors. We like the beach a lot.
Yes.
This
Yes.
red tide right now is scaring me. But with or without red tide, and hopefully it goes away, I recommend taking a day trip to Gasparilla Island. This is the beautiful Gasparilla Inn. We didn't stay there. We took a day trip and we rented a golf cart. which costs like $40 for 2 hours.
Nice.
And they have a path that runs all along the island that the golf carts and the bikes share. So bring your bikes or rent a golf cart.
That's fun.
And you don't even have to go to the beach because they have 2 lighthouses there. You can go on a tour. One of them is historic. The other one you can climb to the top. A cute little town where you can eat, have dinner, learn about the history, and then you can come right back home.
Yeah,
perfect.
So
perfect.
I'm all about
Day
road
trip.
tripping,
I like
day
it.
tripping. All right, please send us your ideas for summer fun. You can email us at daytime@wfla.com or DM me, Maggie Rodriguez TV, and that's also where I post these ideas every single Monday. Daytime will be right back.